Hi, my name's Virginia from Right Clinic, and here with me today is Allison De Majistre. Did I say that right?
De Majistre. You were
De
close.
Majistre. I tried. Apologies.
That's okay.
So, Allison De Majistre has been a critical care medical nurse for the past 10 years and started her journey as a freelance medical writer 2 years ago. Thank you so much for joining us today, Allison.
Thank you for having me, Virginia. It is great to meet you kind of in person, finally.
Yeah, definitely. So it's a pleasure to meet you too. So let's get started with the first question. What do you do and how did you get into it?
Okay, so I do a lot of content writing at the moment, centered around medical health um, topics and actually some journalist articles as well, for different outlets. So it's very varied. The type of work that I get, which is actually kind of great because I learn, you know, so many things from everything I do. And one of the most challenging, but one of my favorite things that I've done are script writing, video script writing, because I'd never done it before. And I've been able to, it's for patient education. So I can kind of put my nursing skills in with patient teaching and transfer that into video content. So it's been challenging but very rewarding, especially when you get to see the final project, because you're putting everything on paper, so to speak, in a script, and then it gets transferred into life, and then you get to see it in a video, and it does actually really help patients learn about themselves and how they need to take care of themselves. So yeah, so I actually started um, freelance writing, and I didn't even really know medical writing existed. And I think a lot of nurses feel the same way, or that it exists, but you don't think that you're qualified to be able to do it. You think, oh, I'd have to have a PhD or I'd need a medical degree. Um, and it's just simply not true, and as a nurse, we have so much medical knowledge that I think we take it for granted, that other people would know what we know. So uh, it it came about. Everybody always talks about niche. You need to niche. You
Yeah.
need to have a niche. And I didn't necessarily just want to write nursing articles. I wanted to write about something else. So I, the first actual writing job that I got kind of was just writing about real estate, which was like super boring. And but I did it. It was like 1,000-word blogs and for real estate brokers to put on their websites to get SEO and all that stuff. And I was making 3 cents per word. So every article was paying me $30, which was, I knew that this was not going to be my future, but it was good because it um, gave me experience. Like I had no idea how to even put a link into a Google Doc. I had to kind of teach myself all these things. So it was a good starting experience for that. And then I just started researching a little bit more and discovered that I could do this. I think the first person I saw was Sophie Ash, who was a nutritionist, and she became a medical writer. And I thought, oh my gosh, well, if she did this, then I'm a nurse. I could do that too. So um, I reached out to her and, went through that whole program and learned from her, and just got an idea of what the whole freelance business was about. And I think that is a big step for a lot of people, is understanding the business, and how to get clients, and just how to get yourself out there. I didn't really know LinkedIn. I didn't understand LinkedIn. I think I'd been on LinkedIn for years, but I didn't really participate at all. And that's been very enjoyable for me too, because I get to, it's not even, it is networking, because I have gotten work through it and met a lot of really great people, but it's just great to have a network of people that you enjoy reading their content and learning what they're doing.
Amazing. I love that you took the initiative to, do a course and learn about the business before you kind of went for it yourself. And then also, I think it's quite common for people to start writing about a different topic before they actually get into medical and health writing.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, it's those stepping stones that get you to where you are today. So it's better for you to learn, even things like putting a URL link into a text document. And those are really valuable skills, but you really take them for granted until you need to learn how to do it. So,
You
you're
do.
so used to clicking on links online that you think, oh, but wait, how did that, how does
Yeah.
that even, how is it created?
Yeah.
So thank you so much for sharing your experience and how you got into it. And I think one question to kind of follow on would be, how do you decide, or how did you decide to go from kind of writing part-time to full-time freelancing? And do you find your clients in the same way, or do you mainly use LinkedIn now, or are you on different platforms? How did you decide to go full-time, and how do you find your clients?
Honestly, most of my clients have found me through LinkedIn. It's been a great resource, and I tell that to everybody that reaches out that's trying to get into freelance writing. Optimize your profile, put the right keywords in. I have one client that when he reached out to me, he sent me a message, and then we had a video call, and he said, yeah, I was looking for registered nurses that specialized in cardiology, that were freelance writers. And he put that search into the search bar in LinkedIn, and he said I was the first one that came up. So it's just, I think it's important to write a lot, get your content out on LinkedIn so that it gets distributed. You're in the algorithm. You have the right keywords in your profile, and people can find you that way. You're not going to get the best clients coming to you all the time, but I've found some really great clients that way, and I'm still with him, and he's a wonderful, wonderful client, wonderful operation. And I did, the script writing was my very first writing contract, and they were great. I said, I've never written a script before, but I can do it. I know I can do it. And they gave me a short tutorial with the head of script writing, and I jumped right into it. And I do enjoy that. I really do. So it's varied. And the thing about writing, and medical writing especially, is it's everywhere, you know. And I think that's one thing, that's another thing that I didn't realize about writing, was that content is all around us, regardless of, whether it's in a newspaper article, in a blog, a pamphlet, everything that all the education that you do, like I still do some home infusion nursing, and I have to do education for the medications that I'm giving. And all of that is written by a medical writer, and so it's it's a huge, huge business, and it just continues to grow, so I really do encourage I encourage nurses a lot, because that's kind of, the um, the people that come to me more than anybody, for advice and just to kind of figure out the business. But go for it. That's always how I put it, because um, you can't you can't get it done if you don't start doing it. So
Yeah.
start learning. Learn from other people and really concentrate, and learn from your clients, and just stay open to everything.
Yeah, I love that your clients were very welcoming and encouraging and put you on a course to
Mhm.
learn how to script write. That's a really key piece of information you've shared there, which is really nice. And I also learn a lot of things from working with clients as well. And it's like you said, until you try it, you don't know that you can learn how to do it.
Yeah.
And so, what made you switch from being full-time nurse and part-time writer to being a full-time writer?
I think the toughest part with that is, here in the United States, you have to have insurance,
Mhm.
health insurance, and it's super expensive if you try to do it on your own. So, um, when you have a full-time job or even a part-time job, you have those benefits. So that's um, a big thing that I think will hold anybody back in the U.S. as far as trying to go, full-time freelance, unless your spouse has benefits, and then it gets a little bit easier. Um, so I think it was just having the confidence, and freelance writing is freelance writing. You don't necessarily know if you're going to have your client tomorrow, and so it is, when you have a job in the hospital, pretty much that you will still have that job tomorrow. So it's a security thing too, but once you get the confidence and enough clients, and kind of figure out the whole bookkeeping, um, you can make that transition.
So, did you want to have a more flexible lifestyle, or what was kind of the top
Um,
reason why you wanted to?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, working in healthcare right now is not easy, especially, these past few years. So I don't, it has changed, but it was never easy even before that. So
Mhm.
it's difficult, and healthcare and medicine now is, it's huge, and there are so many things that they can do to help people, and um, make people better, or make their lives a little bit better. But it's so big, and it's a difficult um, it's difficult to work in and day out. So having that freedom, working from home, and even now I'm getting ready to go on a camping trip today until Sunday. So, so yeah, I can kind of take off when I want, and if I have to, I can work from there. But it's definitely a flexible lifestyle for sure.
Amazing. So it's interesting to hear that you have all of those years of experience and now you're pouring them into kind of a new career, but it's still around the same knowledge bank that you've built up over all of that time. So that's really helpful to know. And so what's next on the horizon for you?
Well, um, I'm just going to continue doing what I'm doing. Like I said, I love my clients, and I want to keep every single one of them because they're so wonderful. So I can't complain in that respect. And I can't necessarily say I'm fully booked. I'm busy. But I'm always up for taking on more clients. They can get to me through LinkedIn. You can find me there. I'm hopefully, I would like to start getting a newsletter out, even if it's not even necessarily about medical writing. I love health. I love, you know, teaching people about how to make their lives better, how to make their lives longer, but actually enjoy the length of time instead of, living a longer life and not as healthy. So I like to, I'd love to just teach people and get those kinds of things out there. But yeah, you can go to my website, thecardioscribe.com, or find me on LinkedIn for sure.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you so much. I look forward to your newsletter, and I'll leave links below for Allison's LinkedIn and also to the cardioscribe.com. Thank you so much again, Allison.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. And we'll see you at the next episode. Bye.
Great. Bye-bye.